So decided to do a deck profile. So that's sick. Time to the actual deck profile. Doing a deck profile on my Prophecy deck I've been playing lately with my friends. I've been pulling off like OTKs with this deck like days on end, which is ridiculous. Without further ado, let's actually get into the deck profile. I'm playing 3 copies of Priestess. I've switched to the Priestess build. I kind of like that one more a bit right now. Then I'm playing 3 copies of Blue Boy. I feel like you need to play 3 always, like no matter what. I know he is a bad card in terms of stats, but his effect's just too good not to use. Then to go with that, just so many noises outside. My last Prophecy monsters, 3 copies of Justice, because Justice helps you search another book and another High Priestess essentially when it's banished when it uses this effect. However, the thing I don't like about Justice is it doesn't give you field presence, so you can't use Fate, and it tends to get you OTK'd. And final one monster, just oops, let me get that out of the screen. 1 Kaiku. Kaiku is just a great card in this format, in my opinion. Banish your stuff, it's so good. It gets over almost every single Satellar Knight that is like heavy beater, except for Ukulele. Helps banish stuff when you're trying to play against Burning Abyss. They lose resources in the graveyard too, which is that's what makes this card so good. That is only 10 monsters, it works, believe me. I'm playing 1 copy of Book of Moon for the spells, and 2 copies of it. The card sleeves will come apart, please. Not come apart, but just separate. But 2 copies of MST. Back row is a problem in this format, and MST just helps get rid of it. Because you don't want to use Fate on Gavan and use Emptiness just like destroy, like just to banish, because that's stupid. Anyways, my hands are getting tired for some reason. Next, for the spellbooks themselves, 3 copies of Spellbook of Secret, obviously. It's just a better version of Blue Boy in this sense. You can search any spellbook card, so it can search Blue Boy, so that's really nice. 3 Crescent, because this card's just great. It can put your opponent into like really nasty situations mid-game. Like any way you grab, like you plus with this card usually. It's great. 2 copies. 2 copies of Master. It's just good at 2. I don't like playing 3. 2 Eternity, obviously, because you banish a lot. I feel like Eternity needs to be played at 2. Now, I'm covering the mic. Yeah, so crazy. I'm so bad at taking video now. Then I play 2 copies of Wisdom. I feel like Wisdom's needed at 2. Same thing. Back row is heavy this format. Finally, 1 Tower. One of them is a very nice looking European one. Then for the 1-ofs, 1 of Spellbooks, 1 Fate, 1 Life, 1 Power. I would play more Fate, but I can't. Then Life isn't that great. And then Power is just good, but you don't want to open it at like you don't want to open the first hand, so you only play 1. And it's searchable. Onto the traps. 1 copy of Warning, 1 copy of Bottomless, 1 copy of Compulse. I feel like these are the 3 best 1-ofs right now, honestly. Torrential is not that great. Bottomless is kind of questionable, but it's just good for getting rid of Satellar Knights. Then for Battle Traps, has two Battle Traps. 2 Threatening Roar, prevents you from being OTK if you're using Justice. And 2 Mirror Force, because this card, nobody expects it anymore, and it just comes out of nowhere, and it can clear your opponent's whole entire board, which is ridiculous. And then finally, for the last trap, 3 Reckless Greed, because it's just good in Prophecy. You draw no matter what. Onto the extra deck, this is the whole entire extra deck. It's only like 7 cards, honestly, because you don't even want to use Priestess to like XD summon something. The only ones you're ever going to use is Blue Boy and Kaiku, and so I made an extra deck that's kind of like reliant on that. So 1 Shining Elf is the only one you almost ever go. Ooh, I hit the camera. Stupid me. Shining Elf, it's like the only one you'll ever go into. Diaso Phoenix, another one you always go into for the OTKs. 1 Paralight, Recycles Priestess. Gashi never goes into this, but it's an option. For rank 4s, I'm playing 1 Downerd, obviously. It's just important. And then 1 Silent Honors Arc, 1 Cast Elf. So that does it for the whole entire deck. I don't really go into any Exceeds at all, except for maybe Elf and Phoenix and maybe Downerd, but these are the only ones I'll ever go into, like, ever. Excuse me, my stuffy nose is really making me sound bad. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. Leave a like if you do, comment, subscribe, whatever. And until next time, this is Drama, signing out. Bye.